What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering Happy Tuesday, March 16th. 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 Happy Tuesday, March 14th. 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 Happy.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yay! Okay, let me turn down my stream. Oh, look at that! Fixing shit already on my other machine in no time. All right. So, let's, I'll show you a couple of things. We don't need to see this. So, one of the things you could do, and let me move this around so I can still see chat. All right, so now that I got that fixed, so this is my streaming server that I stream to, right? So my main gaming computer is next to me over here, and that's the one that went down. So I stream from that one to this server, and then the server does all the video and audio processing and kicks it out. So one of the things I wanted to show you guys is speedguide.net. Oh, here's the port forwarding thing. So let me go back. So in this case, I did a search for port forwarding for Mordell, right? And what you want to do is this tells you pretty much how to log into your router and the ports to open up, right? And how to do it. Now these are the ports for both Steam and Mordell, right? And these are the TCP protocols and the UDP protocols, okay? So I can kind of show you guys how to do this. It's not too terribly hard. And I also want to show you guys speedguide.net. This is a really useful website when you guys want to look at, your scanning, your speed tests, things like that. So usually, like right here, you can see this TCP analyzer. If you click on that, what it'll do is it'll scan your IP address and check it for optimization. In my case, I've got it already like tweaked out and set and ready to go, right? It shows you my MTU is fully optimized. Same with my MSS and my RWIN values. All these are what you want looking at. It shows you the currency limits, things like that. How many hops it took to go to live, all these various settings, and it'll show the results, right? And this is where you can go in and you can go back to the main menu. They have a speed test idea, so you can run a speed test. There's their test servers. And you can just click on one. That's Poland. Let's see. Let's do California since I'm central. All right. And we'll just get this quick test. And this is a pretty solid test, which will show you what you guys don't need to see my IP address. These are in megabytes now. I do have Google Fiber, but this is going to a California server, so it's having to cross the country. So I'm not going to get the gigabyte up and down on this server. But ping is not bad. I'm getting a 58 ping to a California server. Decent upload and minimum jitter, and that's what you want. You don't want a lot of jitter and you want low ping. So that's the speed guide test. Now, if you go back to the main page, they have this TCP optimizer program. Let me go back. Okay. So, and you just get this and download it. And I think I already have this on this machine. I think I've already done it, but let me look. Default net settings. I don't think I have anything here. This is also my game server too. Okay, so yeah, we'll just re-download it. Let me check my downloads. Download folder, package, recent downloads. Here we go. There we go. So this is what TCP optimizer looks like. Okay, that's because I don't have administrator passes. Yeah, I didn't run it as administrator. So that's the other thing too. So when you get this application, I'm going to close it, right? It's the same thing here. Basically, I want to right-click on it, choose Properties, and then if there's anything here at the bottom, and let's see if this one's got it. No, I'm hoping that, let's try this one. Okay, this is one thing you want to look for, right? So if you right-click and choose Properties, this is what you're going to look for. This file has become came from another computer. It might be blocked, right? So Windows will lock a file, and I hope I'm not losing you. What did I lose? Chat. Let me see. Yeah, I don't want to lose chat. Okay, so in case you guys have questions. So anyway, what you want to do is you want to unblock that, hit apply, right? And then in this case, with TCP Optimizer, you want to right-click on it and run as administrator, okay? And just hit yes. All right, so this will load up, and it'll load up your current settings, okay? And what this does is this looks at all your settings for your network card, right? And you can, and in this case, I've got a wireless card, and I've got my Intel Gigabyte card, right? And it'll show the internal IP address, and I'll show you how to get to that too. So anyway, and you can modify all networks. Now, the thing is when you do this, you could just do it the dumb route, right? And so in my case, I've got Google Fiber, so I'm going to take my connection speed and slide it all the way over to 100 megs plus, because that's what I have, right? Now, this will show you the Windows default, and it'll make changes here and here, and it'll also make changes in the advanced settings. So the one thing you'll see is like the max connections per server is like 2 and 4, right? So that's Windows default. Current, I think I've already done this. Yeah, I've already done it. So you can see where it did the maximum connections to 10, right? And then it changed some priority settings and some internal network settings, right? But basically what you want to do is you want to find your network speed, right, that you have. You can do that with a speed test. Then you can hit this right here, optimal, and just hit apply, right? And it'll show you all the changes. Now, in my case, I've already done this. So you can see the new value says no change, right? And it'll write to your PowerShell. It'll write to, this location here is your Windows registry. So it'll change registry files, right? And you can create a backup, right? You can do that. And then you just hit apply changes. Now it'll ask you to reboot. So basically what it's doing is it's tweaking your network card to basically open up all of its potential. And in this case, I'm just going to cancel, right? I'm going to exit out of here. So that's the TCP optimizer, right? You guys got any questions so far? Anybody? Anyone? Bueller? I don't know if, let's see, I know he was in Discord. If Muffmeister, Here. Hop in my stream. As I am currently doing demos. TV/ got an ad. Okay, cool. So I'm going to show. Okay, so he signed into his router, so I'm going to show you how to do that. And now each router is going to be different, and I'll. Okay, so he's in. Okay, cool. So the one thing that you can do when you're first starting out is you just type in CMD. You right-click on this or run as administrator. Right? Yes. And this will open. I'll close this. And just close it. Okay. So that'll open up this black window here, right? And in this case, you're going to type in IP CONFIG, right? And this will give you all your IP addresses. What you're looking for is your default gateway. And in this case, this is the IPv6 version of your IP address, but typically this is what you're looking for. And that just means that this is the internal IP address of your router, right? So, and most of them are 192.168.1.1. Sometimes it's .10.10. Sometimes it's 168.255.10. You know, it just depends on the router, right? So that'll give you your default gateway. That's what you're looking for. Okay, you take that number and you type it into, so 192.168.1.1, right? And in this case, it'll take me to my Google Fiber box, right? And I can log into it. Now, I've already saved my login and password, so it's already automatically going to log me in. But in this case, it's going to ask you, let's see, I need to get into network. So this is actually, it'll ask you for a login and password, right? Let's see, I want to make sure I don't have anything. No, okay, I don't think there's anything in here. But anyway, so what you want to do is you want to, so this is the Killa server. This is the computer I have up and running right now, right? So when it pulls that up, if I open up my MacBook, it'll show, you know, it's not connected, right? That kind of thing. But if it was, you can go into advanced, right? And see where it says port forwarding. Here's where you add the ports and the protocols, right? So in this case, in my Killa server, I've already done it, right? In the advanced tab, I've already reserved an internal IP address. And then you add these custom ports, right? And those are listed in the port thing that I showed earlier. So far, so good. Mine asks for either IPv4. Okay, so you'll want, so, hey, what's up, Lay Me Down? So with the, with your router, right, or your modem, either one, usually on the bottom of it, there's a sticker. And the sticker will give you a default login. Most people don't change their login and password. And it will be on the sticker on the bottom of your router, right? So, you know, once you find your IP address to your router, and it might even give you that information too. And usually it's 192.168.1.1. Yeah! You know what sucks is I don't have my voice chat bot on this computer either. So, which I need to, I should install. And I'll show you guys how to do that. That one's a fun one. That might be a fun install to do. Anyway, so like I said, once you're in your router, and in this case it's my Google Fiber, you just add these ports. It'll ask you the protocol, which is TCP and UDP. In the case of, where did I find that? Let's see. Okay, so in the case of this website, the portforward.com/Mordau, which I will post in chat. Gotta be smarter than the technology. Google Fiber is actually very different. It's amazing. I can... Hey, what's up, Gargantuan Shuffle? I was going to go to sleep. I swear I was. But what it does is it opens up the ports in your router for servers and just the game itself. So it can improve stability and speed, accuracy to connect to a Mordau server. It connects to the master server and to Steam. So, do I need to choose IP? Typically you'll want to stay with IPv4. You don't need IPv6. IPv6 is the more advanced, but you don't need it. Just stick with IPv4. That way you can get the 192.168, the correct number. But anyway, so then, like I said, this site will show you the ports for Mordau, or for any game for that reason. Typically, these are... I want to say these are the Steam ports, or it might be the 777, 778. I think those are the Steam ports. But what you want to do is you want to add these, right? And the protocols. See where it says TCP? So with these numbers, these will be TCP numbers, protocols, and these will be UDP protocols. Okay? So when you get into your router, you'll add a custom one for your particular computer, right? Your computer IP. So if you know the name of your computer, in this case, it's the Killa server. I've assigned it a reserved IP address for the server. I don't have it in a DMZ, which is a demilitarized zone. Basically what a DMZ is that it opens up your router completely to the internet. So there's no filters or anything. So I typically don't run a DMZ. The router will help protect from invasion. But these ports you can open up, and these are all for the game. It'll be UDP. You could put in the port range. You do a single port or a range, right? Because this one's like 777 to 779, so that includes 778 as well, right? Or do a single port. So port range, port, single port, single port, single port, right? And then you choose UDP, TCP, or both, right? And then you just save it, and it'll probably reboot your router and redo your connection. So those are a couple optimizations that you can do to get that up. Now, let's see. Do I have... Okay, that's the speedguide.net. Yeah, the TCP optimizer is also really good. I'll put that in chat again. Oops. So you guys can do it. Like I said, just... Oops. For that application. All right, mine is asking for local IP, local start point, local end point, external start point, and external endpoint. You may have to look up just Google search your router and see what other, say you want a port forwarding, just type in port forwarding for your router specific. And I guarantee you there's going to be a video or some instructions on how to do that for your router. I would have to look at it, look at the, like I said, my Google router is very simple, right? It's just custom ports, I would assume that you're trying to open external ports because these are all external ports that you're trying to connect to Steam and the Mordau servers. Right? So I would assume these are external ports, right? If you have that option. And just follow up with these ports, or what you want to, or these ports and these protocols. And then typically this page actually does a pretty good job of kind of explaining it on kind of how to get into your network utilities. How to, this is a pretty informative website. on this portforwarding.com. They're pretty good about that. So read through that. Do I need to do something in those text boxes? Yeah, the text boxes is where you put the port numbers, typically, right? So like in my router, I'll show you again, right? See these text boxes? This is where I put the IP, the port range, right? And I let it, in this case, I let it know it's custom. Let's see. Yeah, it's asking, because there's some presets on ports, but in this case, I'm going to do a custom port. I'm going to do the port. This is a single port, so that's why the number's the same. 27015, 27. So I'm going to do, that's a single port, right? On a port range, right? You can see that this is a port range. So 7778 is also included, right? So it's going from 7777 to 7779, and it's the port range. So it includes every port in between. So in this case, there's only 3, right? But most of these are just single ports. And you can see these are the exact same ports that are listed here. I think they are. Let's see. Let's double check. Let's move that out. Oops. They should be. I did this a long time ago. Right. So yeah, here's the 7778. Right. I think I did 7779. The 877. I think that's for Chivalry, if I remember right. And because this was set up for both Mordhau and Chivalry back in the day. And 9777 is Chivalry. And then here's the 1500, right? Is right there. Here's the 2700. And this is a port range here. This is 2700 through 27. And so let's see, so I may have to update this again because it looks like this has been updated on the UDP. But I really haven't had any problems with the server up and running, but I can add these. The only problem is when I save it, it'll reboot my router, and I really don't want to do that. So I'll do that later, but I can kind of show you. So you start with the first one. Here's 27015, which is already done. That's UDP. This should actually be TCP. So I fucked that up. That should be TCP, right? This says 22 through 2730. So actually, this needs to be tweaked again because I did this for Chivalry. So this needs to be 2730, and I need to do a range, right? 2730. So maybe that's why my server was having problems. TCP. I need to do port range. Okay. And then the next range is 2736. 27. What is this number? Fuck, I got this all fucked up, don't I? And like I said, some of this was Chivalry settings. That's how long I've had this machine. So let me double check here. So 2736, right? So I can just copy that. 27. What is this number? 27960. That might have been for something else. So I'm going to add a port. I'm going to do custom. In this case, I'm going to paste the 27. I'm going to do port range. I'm going to do, so it's just these two. So that's not that big of a gap. So that's going to be paste. There we go. So TCP, and that's a port range. So I'm going to do that one. Then we're going to go into the UDP because I got this all fucked up too. So I guess I'm kind of glad I did this. Okay, because I know some of these are for Chivalry too. Okay, so I need to do UDP 4380. Let me see. Let me check and see if you guys got any questions so far. I'm realizing how much I have to learn. I don't even know what a port is. A port is, so think of like a dock, like a shipping dock, right? And you've got all these different ports, right, that the ships come in to dock into and connect to, right? And there's so many ports, there's thousands of numbers, right? So if a port is blocked, the ship can't get into it, right? So what you do is you're going into the router and opening up that numbered port so the ship can come in. In this case, the ship is your network connection, right? So you're basically telling your computer to open up the port so it can connect to that server, if that kind of makes sense in a digital mean. So let's go back. Shit. Where was I doing? Okay, so now I'm going to do the UDP. So I got to do the 4380. So I'm going to do add. I'm going to do single port and just paste the 4380 in both sides. Paste. This is UDP. Make sure it's UDP. And just do port range. So this is a single port. And see where it says external to internal? So that may answer your question, Muffmeister, if that's the case. So this time I'm doing a single port. The 777 to 778, that's already here. And that's both directions, both UDP and TCP. I could probably switch this to UDP. And then I got 1500, which is a single, which I think I did. That's correct. That's UDP. So let's change that to UDP. Because both those protocols are two different protocols. They're basically two different languages, and each language has its own set of ports. And you can do ports for both languages or just the single. So in this case, I'm gonna fix this to reflect the proper ports. And then I did this port, right? So this is 2700. Okay, so we're going to add another set of ports. So we're going to do 2700. Oops. Oops, that should be 2700. 2700. Oh, 1,000, sorry. 7,000 to 27... 27031. Oops, 313131. And that's going to be a port range. And this is UDP. Right? And then I've got the last one, which is a 27036, which I do have, but this is set as TCP and it needs to be UDP. So I fucked that up too. So I think I've got it all fixed. Now, I'm not going to hit apply till I end the stream because that'll, like I said, that'll reboot my router. But when you hit apply, that will apply all those port ranges to this device, right? So is that kind of making sense to you guys? So any questions so far? Hey, what's up, Cobra Stabs? Okay, so yeah, so in the static IP, right? I did that for the Killa server, right? See where it says reserved IP? That is a static IP. Okay? So you put it within your range. The last number is what's important, right? So the 192.168.1, that's your internal network, right? So it's the first three sets, and then the last set of numbers that I have highlighted is the individual computer's IP address, right? So, oops, cancel. I need to cancel that because I want to save these changes at this point. Since we fixed my port settings for my server, which explains a lot because I've had some server issues that wasn't working. But that makes sense that I had the wrong ports and the wrong protocols set up. But yeah, you can reserve an IP for this particular computer so that basically every time your computer boots, it goes to that IP address in your network. Okay, let's see. It just has to go through extra work if you don't want to open the ports. How does that work? Wait a second. I wouldn't set it to random. I would set it to like a high number. So what is the IP address of your computer now? Remember when we looked at that through your IP config? What did it say? Okay, so we can do that again. So we'll go CMD D, right? And we're just going to type in IP CONFIG, right? Here's the IP address. See where it says IP4 address? Right there. That's all internal addresses, right? So what is your number? And it's probably identical to mine, right? The IP fee, yeah. So it's probably 192.168.1. something, right? The reason why I set this computer as a static IP or a reserved IP is so that every time that this computer logs into my router, it's the same IP address, right? And that way, when the router and your computer are talking, they know, right? And so when your computer boots up, it says, hey, I'm this IP address. And your router goes, oh, I recognize this IP address. Here are the ports I'm going to open for that IP address. And then it opens it up and it stays connected. And then that port allows it to go to the internet. And in this case, we're opening up their ports to Steam and Mordau servers. So basically, you can set this to whatever number the last number is the number that's important. The rest of these numbers are within your network range, right? So think of it like this is the country, this is the state, this is the city, and then this is your home address, right? That's kind of how it works, right? That's how IP addresses work. Country, state, city, address, right? That's why they call it an IP address, right? So this last number, if you reserve that number, you can reserve it to the number you have now, which is fine. Okay, so yeah, so you don't have to, so if you know what your current IP address is, just leave it as that and make that the reserved IP address, right? So I know that right now this is my IP address. It's 249, and all I did was put that same number in here and turn it on and make it reserved. Like I said, your router may be a bit different. This one's very simplified. Most routers are a bit more advanced than this, unfortunately. Google Fiber gives a shitty interface. Let's see, here's the Google Fiber speed. Now this is their test speeds. So if you want to talk about disgusting. But like when I'm downloading a game from Steam, like, you know, a 50 meg or 50 gigabyte game, I download it in just a few minutes. It's crazy. It's crazy how fast it is. So yeah, to this server, I got a ping of 7. I got 932 megabytes down and 933 megabytes up. Anyway, just food for thought. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. So when I make these changes, it stays correct. How much is fiber? Google Fiber is only like $70 a month. And then they've got a 2 gig package for like 110. So you can get 2 gigabytes, up to 2 gigabyte download speed. It's actually fucking retarded. And I was thinking about doing that if I was going to host some more servers. But I think when I retire my gaming PC, I'll turn that into, I think I'm going to turn it into a SAN and a gaming server at the same time. So it'll be data storage and, let's see, how much does it work anywhere? Does what work anywhere? So if I was to, let's do SP speed test. Oops. Right, just grab one of the generic speed tests. You can pick what server you want to go to. So this is it'll find by default the closest server, but if you change servers, right? Let's say I want to check, well, this doesn't give me a lot of options. I want like an international, let me go back. There's probably a test. Oops. There's probably a network speed test that allows you to choose how fast in your location. So like right here, I can change the city, right? So this gives me an options to check out my ping versus other cities, right? The other test will the reason why I got really good, the 900 range is because that test server was literally within the same city, right? But if, let's say, I want to see what my ping is in Seattle, right? And I want to test my speed in Seattle, this will do it, right? And I can change, and some speed tests will let you check international speeds. So you can see how my speed to Seattle is a lot slower than what it was to a local one, even though it's still fucking blazing fast. So yeah, I got an average of almost 700 megabytes download, and yeah, it looks like about 345 upload, 350 upload to Seattle, right? So if I change my city and I find something closer, I mean, because Seattle's because I'm in KC, so I'm in dead center of the country. If I go to, let's say, Chicago, which is probably the closest, and I test again, it's probably going to be a lot faster. But it may not be. Yeah, it's a lot faster, right? Because it's closer. And there's fewer hops that the internet has to go through. Right? So you can see how fast I can connect to a Chicago server versus a Washington State. Ooh, upload speed sucks though. And the server and you got to understand, the server may throttle that test too. Right? So when you're looking at that kind of upload speed, that's been throttled by the test server when it's that low. I'm kind of back. I'm not gaming because my gaming computer's down. This is my streaming server that I just happened to get set up to do a quick live stream to kind of help people out. Okay, so so the other thing I was going to do was I was going to show you guys Restream.io. And if you guys are streamers, now this I've already got, so I'm already logged in. What this does is, and it's already showing the live stream. Don't need to see that. So the dashboard. Let me open this up a bit. Okay, so this allows me to stream to DLive, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time, right? So basically, I'm live streaming to Restream.io, and then Restream splits that out. So right now, I'm streaming to DLive, my DLive channel, my YouTube channel, and Twitch. Facebook, I got a 60-day ban for a fucking meme that I did last November. A 60-day fucking ban. Fucking insane. Anyway, but what's neat stream is it has a bunch of, it works really well with Streamlabs, but it has a chat app, right? And this chat app is what does the the voiceover when you guys the text to speak. So I'm going to download this for Windows. We'll download this and we'll save it. But I can also open it in the browser, right? And so when you type something, right, it'll show up in the chat and it'll tell me who I'm broadcasting to. In this case, it went to DLive, YouTube, and Twitch, right? If I pull over my Twitch channel, you can see type, right? Now, if I go to my DLive channel, let's see. Oh, did you guys see this shit? I'll show you this guy's later. This is fucking badass, this guy here. He's creating a Colonial Viper in his garage. This guy's insane. How fucking badass is this? He's doing a life-size Mark I Viper. Anyway, all right, so... let me go back to speed guide. I got way too much shit open. So if I go to DLive, right, and I get on there, and I go /SNOM. Here's my DLive stream, right? And what's cool is, see where this went type? That chat app can type from DLive. So if I, oops, I'm in. Okay. So close. I can type. Typing in DLive. Right? You guys should see. Now you guys won't see it here in Twitch, but you'll see it in the DLive, right? Now I don't have this set up. Let's see. I need to. I don't think. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Improve your communication. Great. Nope. Bot. It's got bot. You could do bot replies, analytics. Oops, I don't want to see analytics. So the chat app is better. No, I don't want to connect to Discord. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so remember the chat app we downloaded? This is the web version. The chat app is the one that does the voice work. So we're going to go here. We're going to right-click on this. We're going to choose properties. You'll see that the file's locked again, so you want to unlock it. Hit apply, hit OK. Then you want, I'm going to install this as administrator. Yes. I'm going to install the Restream chat app. And what that's going to do is that's going to add that chat text to voice that I was talking about that I have in my regular stream. So I got to log in. Here, let me... You guys have probably already seen it, but... That get me logged in. Nope. Yep. Oh, there we go. That's wrong. Yeah, don't bombard my email with shit, please. So, all right, bridges. Derp, 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 and derp. Okay. Okay. So with this app, this is the. Now I have to do check the text to speech. So I think it's under notifications. Here we go. Enable text to speech. Enable, I don't want that. And then you choose your voice. Now in this one, I don't have the British accent. And I can read the nicknames too, right? And then, so if you guys chat, right, you should be able to hear it. So let's test.
Red Snob. Testing DLive.
Did you guys hear that? And then it shows up in this chat. In this chat window.
Pived.
Yeah.
Whoa. What my server? How much does port forwarding help with your ping?
It won't help.
My server. Did you notice any real difference?
You might not notice a decrease in ping, but what you can notice is more stability and quicker getting to those servers, right? A lot of it you won't necessarily see. It's not going to like lower your ping by like 20 points, right? It's not. what the port forwarding does is get your computer through your router faster and back. Okay. What's going to help your ping is the TCP optimizer, right? And how cool is that I could have my DLive people chat, right?
Pivt. Feel Batman. Red Snob. This is too damn cool.
See how it says like DLive? So the cool thing is and if someone's watching my YouTube channel, so I can do the same thing with YouTube. YouTube, and then I gotta find yeah, Killers and Lethal Alliance. Right? This is the live. This is our official. This is yeah, Killers and Lethal Alliance. I turn that down. So if I say something here,
Sir Red Snob. Saying something in YouTube chat.
So how cool is that? So I can have all three of my streams technically talking to each other.
Will anything unset the TCP timizer settings?
Will anything
unset? Muff my server. Alright, I gotta bounce.
Alright, Muff. No problem.
Muff my server. He'll try and figure this out tomorrow.
Yeah, hit me up later in Discord or whatever, and I'll see if I can't. And like if necessary, I can remote into your computer too.
Muff my server. Thanks for the info.
Oh, I want to stay on page. I don't want to close that yet. So, yeah.
Pivt.
Yeah, if we
777.
So the nice thing about that chat is I can listen to it while I'm gaming, things like that, right? So that's why I have it. I think it's a great app. So if any of you guys are streaming, this app is the shit. You know, you have to sign up for an account and then do your multiple accounts, which is badass. Okay, so I got to do that. I'll do that later. All right. Yeah, but you know, we could use what is that? Oh, what the hell is it? What is that app? There's a couple apps that we can remote into your computer if necessary. You know, it's like we do it in private. But
TeamViewer.
Yeah, TeamViewer. Thank you. Yeah, we could. I mean, if you're really running into problems, dude, hit me up. And I work 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. But yeah, I'll be more than happy to, we'll do a TeamViewer session and, I can hop in and take a look and see if we can't get it figured out right. You probably did everything right. So if you did, and, you can always send me screenshots and things like that through Discord. And I'll be happy to help you out, man. No big deal. I mean, I've done this for a lot of people, so. And then, like I said, if you get on the Kill It Discord channel, we do have a tech support page. So, yeah, we have a tech support channel.
You are giving me too much power. 77777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777.
So I can.
said I really appreciate the info.
Yeah.
Muff my server. I'm trash with networking stuff. Muff my server. Never had to learn much about it.
Yep.
Pivt.
So see this right here? I could just mute it when it goes spammy. So usually I have this up and running.
Pivt. So helps a lot.
So so if anybody starts spamming, bad words or anything, I just freaking hit the mute on it. I usually leave this open when I'm streaming.
Muff my server. Yeah, indeed.
So anyway, so those two applications, the TCP optimizer will help you.
I didn't know you were so savvy with network stuff.
This is real basic stuff, dude. This is not even the deep diving into network. I mean, I'm okay, but when it comes into like setting up an entire domain, that's a whole nother animal. When you're talking like 100, an office situation with 100 computers plus, and you're running all the cable and networking, and then you got to set up your backup systems. There's a lot to do in networking, but this is basic networking and basic, stuff that can help out. That TCP optimizer, dude, I've never had a bad problem with that, using that app. It's a one-time pop. You basically unlock, because Windows 7 did it too. Locks down a lot of networking features.
Don't know the basics, champ.
Something else you'll want to do that I highly recommend. Let's get out of here. Is, let's see what else is going on here. Let's get some of these windows down. Okay, yeah, that was that. Okay, the port forwarding. So one other thing you want to do, especially on desktop computers, is you want to get into your power settings, right? And I think, let's see, Windows 10. I'm a bit rusty on Windows 10. Not network. Oh, it's a required start, finishing setting. Oh, the camera. Okay. So if you do Windows and you do like power settings, power SETT. So yeah, what you want to do, and I highly recommend this. Let's see, power and sleep settings, right? So in your power and sleep settings, you want to change the power mode. Okay, now this is different than laptops. Oh shit, this is not what I want. And I don't want Edge. I want... fuck. You go into the control panel. I think the control panel's better. TRO control panel. Let's open this up. Actually, I could probably minimize this now that I can hear you guys. Make streaming a hell of a lot easier if you guys have questions. All right. So you want to go into the control panel. You want to go into power options, right? And typically, balanced is what is recommended. You want to get off of balanced. You want to change it to high performance mode. And when you do that, and you can show the other plans too. There's power savings mode and high performance. So for a gaming computer, you always want to kick this on to high performance. And what this does is it changes, when you're...
Pift.
You go into...
I am a go to sleep. Thanks for the 5-head network tips XQCL.
All right, Biff. But what this will do is this will prevent, especially your wireless, your network adapters from going to sleep, so that it stays in maximum performance, right? And backgrounds, shit like that.
Muffmeister. I don't even have performance mode in my settings options.
Not in your settings options. You want to open up your control panel. So if you go to Windows and type in control panel, right? And then you want to view by large icons instead of small icons, or there's another way to do it too.
Muffmeister. No, I mean like high performance ISN and Ocean.
So, okay.
Muffmeister. It's balanced or energy saving.
Okay, so there should be a thing that says change plans, or where it says show additional plans. Do you see that? So if you hit like change plans, right? If you're on balance and you hit change plans, right? See where it says here, change advanced power settings? That's what you want to click on. And then here's where your other options are, right? And then you want to do, and so you can see high performance is active. And in your case, you just click on high performance, hit apply, hit OK, and then it should show up. Yeah,
Muffmeister.
Yeah, they purposely hide this shit, right? Because they don't want
Muffmeister. For some reason, high performance was hidden.
It's not hidden. It's just that Microsoft doesn't want you to know about these tweaks, right? And these are usually done for servers and game machines, right? So and I would even do it for laptops too. I prefer high performance on my laptops, as long as it's plugged in, right? So there's a battery option and a plugged-in version, right? So when you go to high performance settings, it'll ask you, do you want it high performance when it's on battery or high performance when it's plugged in? And of course, with a laptop or a gaming laptop, you want to have it set to high performance while it's plugged in, because the power supply is going to provide the hardware with all the power that it needs, right? Opposed to being battery, which will clock down your CPU. Clock down your CPU, it'll turn off hardware items that you don't use or that are not in use. So, but in this case, high performance is where you want to go. Was there something else I was going to show you guys? I can't remember. Oh yeah, well, we did the Restream chat app, which is great. I think I'm going to go into notifications, and I'm going to uncheck reading the names because that gets real annoying.
Can't believe I've been running my PC with all these simple optimizations not done.
It's this is shit I've amassed over years, dude. So this is...
I gotta go to sleep though.
Okay.
Thanks again. I may have to hit you up tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's fine. I should be on. If not, hit me up in Discord. Like I said, my main computer's down right now, so that's why I'm kind of doing this. Just that's why I can't really game, you know. Well, I guess I could game. I could do the BlueStacks thing. Have you guys seen this too? Here.
One last thing.
Yeah.
What is your Discord?
It's if you look on the page and scroll down, you'll see a Discord link. Excuse me. God damn. Where's my Discord link? Tips and tricks. Discord, right here. I think that is still good.
https://discord.gg/fb9hubz.
Like I said, there's a tech support channel, and it's not just me. I mean, there's Swift and a couple other guys that you know are long members of the clan that are really good in tech support. So they'll be more than happy to help out. Typically, they probably won't go as far as I will about doing like a team viewer session, but I usually don't have I mean, if we got time, I got time to do it, I'll do a team viewer session with somebody. You want to see something else that's really cool about this chat thing too? Is the settings on it, you can change the scale of the text and the fonts, which is cool. You can always do on top, and you do click-through mode. And then you can also make it transparent, right? So if it's always on top, you see how it's kind of transparent? Isn't that cool? And then you can change the message opacity too. So you can just see it kind of like in a live, you know, like the...
Free tech support is always appreciated.
Yeah, as long as you don't overwhelm me or abuse it, I'm pretty cool. And I'm free. If I'm available, I'll help out.
Good Samaritan.
So, but yeah, the notifications. This app is so fucking cool. Let's see, what's the combat mode? It's small. Yeah, it's just really small. Show viewer count. Yep. Show avatars. Oh wait, does avatars show up? Oh, that's just the regular one. Okay. But you can see it's like it'll let you know like Twitch, and then like here's the DLive person, here's a YouTube person. So that's kind of cool. And you can embed it in the stream, so this will show up in my stream, which my stream already does that already, so which is kind of cool. I think I've got too many chat things going on in my stream as it is. Like I said, there's auto replies. Let's see, create command. Oh, that's if I had like commands. Let's see, filtering. That's the word filters. Oh, look, I've already got people muted. I don't have a word filter muted, surprisingly enough, but I'm pretty cool about freedom of speech as long as it's not abused. Anyway, anything else? We're just kind of chatting at the moment. Let's see, what else is this? Burying woke Twitter, Asa pursued war against China. Well, there is that. So we were talking about this earlier. I at least I've been talking about this the last couple of days. Have you guys seen this shit? So apparently there's 2 studies out that are fairly recent, showing especially young men are having less sex less frequently. And it's an interesting study, and it talks about the differences and some of the reasons. But one of the reasons they don't add here, right? So they say,
where should I go in Task Manager again to see what's causing those GPU spikes?
Sure. So in this case, let's see. I think I just have the NVIDIA control panel, right? I don't have any overclocking tools in this. This doesn't have anything. So there's additional software for your GPU that you can download to monitor your GPU, right? I just don't have anything on this machine. On the Task Manager, you open up the Task Manager, and oh shit, hang on a second. I gotta fix something here. I don't want this always on top. Or is that appearances? Let's see. Appearance. Yeah, I don't want this always on top. Okay. Move that. Task Manager. Okay, there we go. So Task Manager, you're going to want to click on, so you'll want to open it up and see more details. So this is what your Task Manager will look like originally. Click on more details. That'll open up your tabs. Click on performance, right? And we'll blow this up. Right? And you can see kind of what's going on right now. So like my video encoding is 87%, right? And that's because I'm live streaming from my web camera, right? And it's showing though, that's just the video encoding process. If you look at my graphics card itself, I'm only running 2 gigabytes on this. I've got 8 gigs on this. Let's see, dedicated GPU. Here's some information on it. But I mean, my GPU is barely being taxed, right? And you can see here, overall, the NVIDIA is 89% being used, right? Over here. And the same thing in your CPU, right? It kind of shows you how much is being used, how much memory, how much disk is being used, which is virtually nothing. And then this shows your Ethernet scale, all my bandwidth, and my send rate. So here's my bandwidth, this little thin line right there. This is my my send rate, which is pretty consistent, right? It's only using up 4.2 megs. But yeah, my graphics card is pretty busy. It's at 80% because it's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. However, what you want to open is, see this open resource monitor here at the bottom? If you click on that, that opens up a whole nother application, okay? And what's cool about this is you can monitor your Task Manager at the same time, right? And then these different things will show you what's happening, right? So I can look at my memory. It says 57% is used. I can look at committed. I can source the applications by committed, right? At least in RAM memory. There's no faults, which is great. Shows you the committed amount of memory that's being used. This is the working set, right? And if you click on it, it'll arrange it by what app's using the most memory, right? So for some reason, I've got this memory compression, which I'm not familiar with. I may have to look that up. But when I was looking at the working set, Firefox is eating up the most. OBS is second, right? And then more Firefox windows. And of course, I can scroll down and see, what's doing what, right? So in this case, memory is not that important because it's not really affecting my network. I can do the same with my network. I can view, what's sending and receiving the most. Obviously, OBS is, right? and it's sending the most data. It shows me the rates, the total, right? Same thing. I can see the offending deal. Now, when the disk is being written to, I can again, and you can move these down and view more, right? So that's always good. In this case, I can see, let's see, what's my total written. It's just system files, things like that, normal. And you can see kind of what's going on background. There's a lot of information in this tool, right? And you can see what's going on. You can do the priority. So like normal priorities is what's going to be written to a lot. OBS and Firefox is obviously what I'm using the most, and because I'm streaming. So you'll see all this. It'll show you how much of it's writing to the hard drive and not, and the amount of bits and data. So that's cool. In the case of your GPU, right, you're going to look at this encoding here, and you can see it's busy. So we want to look at, in the resource monitor, in the CPU usage, we want to see what is eating the most, right? So we're going to look at CPU, what's using the CPU the most, right? And we're also going to look at threads, right? What's got the most threads going, right? And typically your system's going to be probably the most threads because there's always stuff running in the background. But really you're looking at your CPU and what's using the most. So when you're seeing these spikes, right, on your GPU, you want to see how these applications are hopping, and they're hopping based off of the CPU. What's hitting the CPU the most? So anytime your GPU is spiking, something from your CPU is sending that to your GPU. So you're going to kind of want to monitor and see what may be throwing those spikes, right? And it could be anything. In this case, obviously OBS is my big task manager, right? That's the big one. This is the one that's doing all the work. It's eating up, let's see, CPU.
That helps a lot to narrow it down.
Yeah, it helps a lot to narrow it down, right? You can have both of these running at the same time. You can kind of see what's going on, and it can really help, right? And that's just the overview. You can do these individually too, right? You can look at the CPU. Here's the nice thing about the resource monitor too. So when you click on the various tabs, right? If you're looking at your CPU and let's open this up, full screen. So when you're looking at like CPU usage, right? And you want to drag this down so you can see all your applications. This is everything that's running on your computer at the moment, right? And because I have it sectioned off, and you'll see stuff that's using 1 or 2 threads. These are all like background services that are going to run in the background, right? You won't always know what they are, but you can kind of look. It'll kind of give you an idea of what the service is. This is like there's a lot of service host things that are operation and network systems, and it'll tell you like net services, local service, things like that. And this will give you a description of what it is, right? It'll let you know kind of what it's doing. In the case of when we're looking at the CPU usage, right? And we obviously know that OBS is going to be the highest because that's what's clearly using the most, and it's going to switch back and forth between like Firefox and some system usages and things like that. So you can see what it's doing. But what's cool is when you're looking at your CPU, you've got more things you can look at. So you can look at actual services, right? That is eating up, your resources, what services are running, right? And then it'll show you, I think it might show you what services have stopped, right? That are not running. You're not going to see a lot in here other than what is the highest, like if I do the average highest or CPU, right? You're going to see Windows Defender. These are mostly the Windows services. These are associated handles. There's probably not a lot in here, and associated modules, which there's typically not a lot in here either, unless you pick, I think that's it. So, but again, you can check your memory, do the same thing. You can see how much is in use, how much is in standby, what's using what. I mean, there's a lot of information here that you can really kind of track down, right? So like looking at what's the most committed, obviously, you know, OBS has got the most committed memory usage, right? And this is just a graph on showing you what's in use, anything that's currently being modified, and everything else is free and standby. Same thing with the disk, same thing. You can see disk activity, you can see storage, you know, in the C drive. There's a lot here that you can observe. And the same thing with the network, right? I can see, you know, TCP protocols, TCP connections, like we were saying. I don't think it shows, that's the remote ports. Shows your remote addresses, things like that it's connecting to, listening ports, same thing. She gives you those protocols I was showing you earlier, right? Where it shows allowed, restricted, right? Various ports, right? For this particular machine, right? Remember all those ports that we changed? These are all the PIDs. Here's the port numbers. These are all the port numbers that'll change once I save that setting. So, yeah, this is a good tool to look up a lot of stuff, and that's your resource monitor. Anyway.
Yeah, thanks man, very helpful. When do you think your gaming will work again? Would like to duel you sometime.
I'm hoping to get my replacement motherboard on the 22nd. Oh, there was something else I was going to show you. Oh, the event viewer. So here's something else you want to look at too. This is Windows Event Viewer. So just type in Windows, type in Event Viewer. It'll show up. Just run it as administrator. We can get rid of. We can get rid of these. The resource monitor. That. How we doing here? Oh, we dropped viewers down pretty quick. Not everybody's into the tech shit, but that's fine. Okay, so your event viewer can really be helpful too. We're going to open this up. And the things you want to look for is obviously anything critical, right? Kernel power, that I know what that is. So if you click on that, it'll open up to the events, right? And in this case, it'll say, you know, the system was rebooted. And I can look at the date, and that's when there were some power outages, right? And I knew about these. And it just shows you. But what's interesting is these are about the same time on different dates. This is when I have a power outage. It's or I'll shut it down. I'll shut down the computer incorrectly, or my cat hits the power button by accident. Right? That's what these are. But and that's just a critical reboot power thing. So I knew that. I know that. But when you go back to the view, you're going to look at errors and warnings. These are the big ones, right? So let's open this up a little bit. Come on. Where's my little? So in this case, like I've got an error, right? So Mordal application, it's let's see, errors. There's 6 in the last 24 hours. So those are the ones you want to kind of look at. And 120 over 7 days. Now, not all of them are that important, right? Most of them are typical things that happen in the computer. In this case, in the Mordal one, right? If I double click that, this gives me an error when, let's see, the event Mordal cannot be found. Okay, so this is an error where on 310 yeah. So I have my Mordal server set up to auto run, and it couldn't find it. That's basically what that's saying, right? And I know what this is because, you know, it takes a little bit. And it's basically saying it cannot find the PUID, right? No big deal. And this was back when there was a power outage, probably as well. Go back to the view. Let's see, the kernel. Yeah, that's when the system was shut down. Let's see. You can kind of see last 24 hours. So Microsoft App Model Runtime Admin. So this may not be an error. Let's see. Failed to retrieve. No, it is an error. App model runtime for package windows. This may be the update that it's been trying to update, because I do have an update due. Now, you can always look this up, right? You can highlight it, hit Control Copy, right? Just to find out what it is. And you just go to Google, and let's find, just paste, hit Enter, see what it does, right? And then you can find, this looks like it's GPU crashes. So let's see. And then you can find out exactly what's going on. Usually somebody's got a, let's see, after I've updated my Windows 10 version, blah, 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 blah. This error shows up. Okay, so, and there's ways to fix it, right? And that's how you kind of look into it. And you can look up the Microsoft deals, and this looks like graphics card. Looks like a fairly recent new error that's coming along, probably with a Microsoft update that's causing this error. So, and it looks like it's fairly recent, right, that's causing this. So I may look into this and see what's causing my graphics card package to fuck up. And there's probably an error, so... So again, things that you can find and fix. Here's one that says it's solved, so I'll probably track that down a little later. It's not, again, everything's still working. It's just these errors are kind of weird. Let's go back.
Do I have to download T-Program?
T-Program. What do you mean by T-Program? No. It's Event Viewer is part of.
How did you get there again?
Yeah, just okay.
This asterisk.
Okay, so you just click on your Windows, right? Type in Event Viewer, VENTVIEWER. This is default in Windows. Just run it as an administrator so you have access to everything. Boom, it opens up. So obviously there's a little critical error. Yeah, the critical errors, especially ones that are fairly recent, you want to check in every once in a while. Don't panic over it though, right? Because a lot of times these errors are insignificant, right? So this app runtime, which is obviously GPU related, there's only been
What's
4
up, Red Snob?
Who is that? Let's see, who is that? Chat. Where is it? There it is. Oh, it's Zer. Hey, what's up, Zer? Doing some tech support since my my main gaming PC is down, so doing tech support, answering questions, that kind of thing. In this case
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. But yeah, this app model runtime, apparently this is a known issue with the recent Microsoft patch update and GPUs. So it looks like it's happened 51 times over 7 days. So it's probably something I need to look into and get that adjusted. I'll probably have to reboot this computer anyway because there's a software update that needs to be updated. So you definitely want to look at critical errors. Anything critical you definitely want to look at. These are 2 and 7 days. Like I said, these were kernel power.
Thanks again. I'm going to sleep now. Have a nice night.
And who was that? Oh, that was Biff. All right, Biff. Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, just hit me up whenever. Have a good night. I probably won't be on much longer myself because it's no fun watching this kind of shit unless you're a tech nerd. So. But yeah, the warnings are ones you want to look at too. The information success ones, yeah, you don't have to worry about. So warnings, it'll show you, the big ones are like in the last hour, 24 hours. Those are the ones you want to look at. But see, there's really nothing in the warnings. And most of the warnings... but the warnings are good to look at and things you can fix. It's the errors the critical and the errors are the ones that you really want to look into. And anything that's happened, in the recent days. And like I said, that particular... and like I said, you can Google it, find out what it is. I knew with the critical one, that was when the power went out. But yeah, this, where'd it go? This app time run error right here. 4 times in 24 hours, 51 times in 7 days. When we Googled this, we found this, right? And it's obviously an issue with the most recent Windows server or Windows update. So we could go in and fix this. I have to go in and kind of look at this and see what it is. Yeah, it says Windows 10 update. Where's the fix? And a lot of times it takes a little more research than this. When I just update my Windows crap OS. Yep. Apps and all those visual libraries, all of them. Uninstalled the NVIDIA drivers doing DDU, which is driver... it's a digital driver updater. It's really cool. If you don't have DDU, it's awesome. Reinstall the latest drivers and problems gone. So, and it usually related to a game. So, and this shows is pretty common. So, you know, and that's the cool thing about using your event viewer here and tracking down internal problems. So, it's pretty easy to use. Oh, and something else on the event viewer too. So, in this case, right, you open up the event, okay, and you click on details. This will kind of give you an error code that can help you track down. So you can track down that error code. You can track down the event ID, and then sometimes there'll be additional information in here that will give you like the data, like the full package name. So it was Windows that was having the problem, right? And in some cases, you know, and this is quite a bit, but it's only been 7 days that this has kind of been going on. So, and that's right after Windows updated. So not a big surprise to see an error. It's not a critical issue. It's not killing anything. Everything's still working. It's just something I'll tweak out and fix later. Like I said, you don't need to panic over the event viewer. The only things you really got to look at is the critical errors. But what's really cool too is I didn't show you guys this either. So there's administrative events too that basically just shows you what's going on in your computer, like warnings. Basically saying, hey, you know, the DCOM is unavailable, right? These are the errors. This is a crash, power outage, right? That's the power outage. That's that one warning. And just warnings, stuff you can look into, and sometimes you can track this down. Looks like there was a issue with my network card. Network was disconnected. That's all that is, right? It's not anything that you have to like lose your shit over when you see these big warning signs. But a lot of times you just want to kind of look at them and double check. A lot of times this distributed comm, that's nothing new. It's these things happen all the time. It's just a warning. So not that big of a deal. It's the critical errors that you're looking for. Like I said, you can Google stuff by the event ID and any specific details, right? And this gives you a little more specific details if there is any available. Then what's cool about the Windows logs is this will give you issues on applications. So if you have an application that's crashing a lot, this is a good place to look, right? And this will give you information about the particular application, what's like GPU update, kind of tells you what's going on. There's the event time and date of when this thing happens. So like if you do a reboot, you'll see all these things and it'll cycle through. There's security issues on here on the Windows logs. Basically it just says, hey, the account was logged in. Great. You know, simple stuff. Setup, same kind of thing, kind of just showing you, hey, this information, this thing worked. That's all it's doing, is reporting the events. Same thing in system events. It's like a combination of the information and the application logs. And it just shows you time, you know. So even in the last, I don't know, 10 minutes, wait, let's see. 5:17, date and time. Yeah, so that's 5/3/14. So you can go by date. So in the last, I don't know, half hour, you've got a couple of decom things going, vol snap. not that big of a deal. Forwarded events usually doesn't have anything in it. Application and services, it'll show you hardware events. So if you have a hardware crash, a lot of times you'll see that listed here. Internet Explorer, which doesn't exist anymore, so that's kind of useless. Key management services, you're typically not going to find anything. Same with Microsoft. There's not going to be a whole lot here on the anti-malware in case there was anything found. Same with Windows. Just shows you various applications, things like that. You can check it and see if there's anything going on. Again, nothing big, typical shit. Nothing really going on in the Windows PowerShell. If you're running that, it'll show you any events, IDs going on, that kind of thing. And I don't think there's any subscriptions, so no. So anyway, that's the event viewer that you can also use along with a couple of the other items, the other applications for troubleshooting when you guys are running into problems. But anyway, so I think that's it. I'm down to 2 viewers, one being myself. So anyway, I'll try to hop back in and do a chat stream. I know this is listed under Mordal, but that's where 90% of my viewers are from anyway. So anyway, that's probably it for now. And I will catch you guys later, unless there's anything else anybody needs help with. I'm guessing not. So anyway, that'll be it for now. And I'll get back to gaming when I get my new motherboard, and hopefully everything's back up to normal. So anyway, I think that's probably it for now. Unfortunately, yeah, I can do is just chatting right now, unless maybe I'll do a BlueStacks thing and show people how to do that. That's kind of fun. BlueStacks Gaming. It's a phone emulator. It's pretty cool. And you can install apps and things like that. So, all the games that you want to play on your phone, you can play on your computer. And all the apps too, which is great. So it's basically a virtual machine.
Just opened up the stream. What's up with your motherboard?
This weekend I was installing a USB hub to hook up, so I'd have more USB 3 ports off the front end of my case. And, for this VR headset a buddy of mine gave me. And so when I hooked it all up and rebooted, everything was fine. As soon as I plugged in something into that USB port, I heard it pop, and then I smelt electrical burning, reached around the computer, shut it down as quick as I could, and then I spent probably 4 hours ripping into it and testing everything, and so far I believe my motherboard's completely shot. So, the power, I tried a different power supply. It would take power, it just wouldn't cycle up. So I think I blew a capacitor or something, and unfortunately I don't have anybody that I know that can do board level repair, and it's the motherboard's from 2013, so it's an old motherboard, even though it was top of the line at the time, right? I had an i7 4770K. In this case, I'm on my streaming PC right now. So when I fried the motherboard, which just sucked, I decided to go ahead and find a used one on eBay, and I picked one up for $140. So that way, if I get the exact same motherboard,
good, it lasted 8 years though.
Oh yeah. And that was me fucking with it. If I hadn't fucked with it, it'd still be fine. So, I figure I could drop $140 and, kind of keep my gaming machine. Hopefully I didn't fry anything else. I'll know on the 22nd or 23rd when I get the motherboard. Hopefully it's a good motherboard. It's always tough when you're buying used hardware equipment. But for $140, I could get my old machine back up and running without having to dick with swapping motherboards and reinstalling operating systems. In other words, everything that should bolt right back up, go into the BIOS, fix the BIOS, right? And then just everything should boot right back up. That's the idea. If I went and got a different brand and a different model motherboard, then yeah, I would have to reinstall everything, and I don't want to do that. And there's really not a lot of newer LGA 1150 motherboards out there, right? Because it's becoming on 10-year-old technology. So I mean, I'm due for an upgrade. The problem right now is the problem everybody's having. It's like I'm really looking into doing a total new AMD build. But in order to do that, I need to get the top-of-the-line processor and the top-of-the-line GPU, which right now is outperforming NVIDIA across the board. Urban was telling me that there's issues with VR that a lot of people are having, but they're saying the same thing with even the 3080s. They're having problems. But, can you get a 3080, right? I mean, I can afford it. But what are the odds of getting one, right? And not paying scalper prices. So the same thing is going to happen with motherboards and any of the new technologies right now, because there's a huge shortage, and it's hard unless you get a pre-built, and even with pre-built, you're going to spend far more than if you build it yourself. So right now my system has 32 gigs of RAM. It's DDR3. Is it the latest? No, but it's fast. It does everything I need it to. And plus I've got this machine that I do all the streaming to. So, and that offloads that so that my gaming is pretty much stays on my gaming machine. But anyway, so I might just do some chat streams and do, like tonight we did, I was doing tech support on Marlup's channel. we were doing tech support in chat. The next thing you know, he's like, why don't you start your stream up and help out? So that's what I ended up doing was, hey, what's up, Rockies? I did tech support for 2 Mordau players and helping them with their network and stuff like that, and showing them how to, look at problems and, just with their Windows 10 machine and things like that. So, that's what we've been discussing most of the night, not gaming, because like I said, my gaming machine's down. But speaking of gaming, here's BlueStacks, which is a cell phone emulator that you can download and play any games in any applications. Now, I use it for my Okta Verify for work.
JJST got here. Sorry if you already talked about it, but what happened to Ermovo?
Fried. Yeah, I got fried. I was doing. Where is it? Let me see if I found it. I was gonna install this. Wait, no. Is that? No. Where's that damn hub? Oh, it's a USB 3 hub. And where did I fucking put it? I'm not sure where I put it. But it was it's a panel that you add to the front of your machine, and it has 6 USB 3 ports, that I needed to put into it. And so I was doing that, and you have to, plug that into the motherboard. And I got it all done, and then I booted up. The computer was fine. And then as soon as I plugged something into the USB port, I heard a pop, and then I smelled that electrical smell, and I was like, oh, fuck. And I reached around, and I pulled shut the computer down, and it just wouldn't boot back up. I spent, probably 4 hours ripping computers apart. I tried different power supplies, thinking maybe I just blew the power supply. No, power supply's fine. The motherboard is getting power. So when I turn it on, I can hear the speakers kind of pop, where it's just like that little boom, because I got some pretty nice surround sound speakers from Boston Acoustics. And I can hear the power amp like click, right, when it comes on, but the board won't power up. So I think I blew
Dang, that's never fun. But yeah. I'm glad to see you live, Pridewoo.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, so it looks like I might just be doing tech support and chat shit for the next couple of days until I get a if I stream at all. I've been just watching people tonight and chatting in their chat. So I was watching Urban and Marlop and a couple other guys that I follow. I was watching them. And the next thing you know, I'm doing tech support. Oh, Genghis. Yeah, Genghis is playing Apex Legends. We should go fuck with him. All right, wait. I don't need to do that. I'm already a fucking subscriber. Here, let's go fuck with him.
Sorry, I'm noob, but do you just need a new MOBA?
Yeah, I've got
a brand new PC build.
No, I ordered a used motherboard, so that's what I did. I am due for a whole new update system, but right now it's not advantageous because try getting a 3080, or that new AMD. You're not going to get it, right? And so I'm going to wait until hopefully supplies improve. I'm not super hopeful on it because the current Biden administration's in office, and I think they're fucking shit up, and I think you're going to see China possibly invade Taiwan probably in the next year or so. I don't think Biden's going to make it in office a year. His mental capacities are really declining, and I think it's obvious. And they're hiding it.
Order 3080 and enjoy the 9-month QLOL.
Exactly. So yeah, it's like I'm just gonna wait it out and see if supplies increase. But yeah, so this is a BlueStacks emulator, which is kind of cool. And you can get into Google Play and download any game. Doesn't matter. Raid Shadow Legends. Any of them. What am I doing here? Oops, something's missing. Let's see. Oh, data isn't backed up. I don't care about that.
Biden lasting a year is a stretch on its own.
Dude, I can't imagine him lasting a year. I really can't. But yeah, there's all these apps that you can download from your phone onto your computer through this application, like games and stuff. It's pretty cool. Games. And I have like the apps and stuff that I've installed on my regular phone in my library. Right? It's not going to be... So this is a phone emulator, and this is all the stuff that I typically run, like Clash of Clans. I can install that. And that'll install that in this emulator, which is kind of cool. Oh, this Elgato deck stream. This thing is really cool too. I might end up buying an Elgato Stream Deck. They're fucking cool as shit. Let's see, is there anything else on here I need? There's some old cool games.
What does this zone do? Is it
It's gonna not
Let's see. Oh, the Quick Trip app. Yeah, Quick Trip is the shit.
All right.
Bumble. Oh, we should do that some night. Go into like OkCupid and just like make fun of fat people. Make fun of fat chicks. Can we do that? Can we do that on a Twitch stream? With that, there's Tinder. We could download Tinder. Candy Crush. Yeah. So yeah, you could play Candy Crush live.
Instant ban LOL.
Is that, you think that's an instant ban? If I do like a we should do that. Do a Tinder thing. And make fun of people. That's got to be funny as shit. Yeah. Oh man, that would be funny. But yeah, this is
Tinder stream hype the Ohio.
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny? Do a Tinder stream?
Yeah, Twitch staff would be super upset with that one.
I mean, it's not like I'm super popular or anything, right? So it's not. But, I mean, if I was like, had 1 million followers or subs or whatever, yeah, I guess so. I mean, did you see my YouTube channel? So, so where was it? I gotta save that. I'll do that later. So here's so I stream to YouTube at the same time, and I stream to my Killers and Lethal Alliance. So I'm streaming right now, right?
And yeah, you'd be fine, I think. Top Mordho streamers say N-word and F-word daily.
I stream to
no
my
man,
Killers and Lethal
LOL.
Alliance. So I'm streaming. Okay, and what's cool is I've got the chat thing. So if I chat from here, chatting from.
Hi at Retsnam. Your channel https://dlib.tv/Retsnam is currently being featured on the dlib homepage.
Oh, look at there!
Maybe not Tinder, let's try something but more classy and upscale like Plenty O Fish Cabin.
Plenty of fish. Hey, I'm featured on the D Live channel. That's the first time in a long time.
Chatting from YouTube channel.
So, see this right here? This little chat. This is the Restream chat app, man. This is the best thing fucking ever that's happened to live streaming. Because see, I can. So D Live people can chat to my Twitch people and can chat to my YouTube people that watch. Isn't that cool? It's so fucking cool. And then where's the D Live? Let's go into the D Live channel. Live.
Or Black People Meet would be a good one for you at Retsnam.
We can do Grindr. Download Grindr and go through the profiles. Grindr and go through the yeah.
LMFAO Grindr.
Right? So,
Grindr gamer.
Wait, it says I'm featured. Where's it show I'm featured? I don't see me featured. Okay, so these are all the featured
Big
channels.
ups Grindr.
Yeah. Oh, I'm bummed. I don't know. D-Live's kind of sucky though. I mean, there's some good things and bad things about it. So I think but here's a cool thing though. And so like in my YouTube channel, right? And you go to videos, right? You can see the names of all my past streams. And I got one stream completely taken down. I got my first YouTube strike for community something. I got violated the community thing. So, but I mean, some of these are just some of the best titles for streams, and I'm surprised I'm not completely banned from either. And the thing is like, you know, most of these streams are like, you know, there's one for 9 hours long, here's one for 4 hours. 6 hours is probably my average, 4 to 6. So I use, instead of like, you know, paying Twitch to keep my videos up, I just stream to YouTube, and they're all archived there. So, you know, it's like, and so yeah, I mean, but some of these titles are just fucking fucked up. Shut up and shut up and accept the results of the stolen election. Apparently that'll get you banned. So, more glitches in Michigan. No lives matter. So, yeah, that's pretty funny. At least I think so. I cracked myself up, guys. But anyway, yeah, that's the Killers and Lethal Alliance. That's my main. That's my backup channel, and then like I said, the D Live stuff is on there too. I may add a couple more channels to live stream too. So that might be on there too. I know, that's why I don't want to become a Twitch partner. I mean, I really don't. I like staying small. You know, I don't need to be famous. I'm more now famous enough as it is, right? So, I mean, there's enough people who know me and hate me as it is. Like, I really need to spread that hate nationally. Yeah, or internationally as it is. Yeah. What do you say?
Dude, so all last do 5:30, do shit. You know what I mean? Like sleep, like terrible sleep schedule, right?
Let's turn him up. See what he's saying.
Yesterday, I'm like, bet I'm actually gonna finally go to bed. Finally gonna go to bed. At a reasonable time. I go to bed at 10. I wake up the next morning, just do PT, whatever. I get home from work, dude, and I'm exhausted. And I was like, so you mean to tell me if I get a reasonable amount of sleep, I'm exhausted?
He's bitching about sleeping.
And I just slept.
You live in Hawaii. Fuck off.
Now I'm just awake, and I don't want to go to sleep. No, you're still going to do that. I'm on your stream. Are you streaming right now? Not.
Fuck up.
Say hi to Red. Say hi to the rest. Oh, look at this. Now we're getting
Red?
Here we go.
Fucker.
That's true. It could be so much worse.
He's not even gonna read my chat. Fucking recognize me, senpai.
You're safe in Hawaii, so shut the fuck up. Yeah, right. That's right.
Damn straight. The motherfucker's stationed in Hawaii and he's bitching. And he's up late playing video games.
There it is. Now we're in the Matrix. Now we're in the fucking stream Matrix.
Oh, now he's listening to my chat. He's watching. He's got my stream going.
Kind of lagging a little bit. He's like, you're stationed in Hawaii, bitching.
Yeah, I'm watching his stream.
Fuck you!
Redson's a fucking super double act. I know this fucking. Redson's a good dude. He's also in the Marines, I believe in the 80s. Redson's an old Ed. He's got. Hey, peep his emotes real quick. They're the best. I hope he still has them.
Yeah, I still got him. What's the other one I got? Oh, did you get you got Marlup's chin now, right?
Let me know what you think of his emotes.
Yes.
Yes, seems so.
Marlup's chin.
The Kyle Rittenhouse with the fucking melee slasher, you know.
Yeah.
Melee slasher theme tune. See on that armor, you got those weapons.
Oh shit, I was not paying attention.
Yeah, we hot dropped like motherfucker.
Are we hot?
Oh yeah, we're hot. Here you go.
Release the Rittenhouse.
No! Oh my god, latency, dude.
Alright.
Fucking trash. I'm so sorry.
Marlup's chin.
Wasn't paying attention.
That's what I need. The only reason why I want more subs, not that I need the money or anything, I just want more emotes.
I'm committing.
I want to make more emotes. Let's see who else is.
Oh shit! Oh no!
Lost sleep. Oh, is that St. Patrick's Day? God damn it, it is,
Dude,
isn't
you
it?
come out of this alive, you're the man.
Damn! I gotta work. That sucks. St. Patrick's Day. Let's see.
Oh,
Wait, did I get it
my
installed?
ass. He did not like that.
I thought I got that installed.
Is that Marlo?
Where did it go? Google Play. Did it not install? I thought it did install. Still installing?
Got that bloodhound knock.
I don't
Like,
care about backing it up.
enough damage that you got.
Oh, god damn, it's taking forever to download. Let's see, gotta check my phone. Who's texting me at 5 something in the morning?
I'm just not drinking today. I've drank every single day for the past 2 weeks, so I was just like, I gotta give it a break. Ooh, what's that? That's cool. Dangerous.
Oh, dude, some craziness happened.
All right, so now it's going to install. So
I did.
Let's hear this.
I know my dad has it backed up. That's fine.
Like most of high school.
Let's try.
I wasn't like on
I don't care.
NCAA fucking college team, but I did club Olympic lifting and competed a lot. So like, I've been doing cleans.
What's that not installing? God damn.
Over a decade. Right? I'm doing this overhead press progression where I do like strict overhead press, push press.
What is this?
And I just go pretty fucking heavy. This fucking soldier comes up to me while I'm doing push jerks, and he's like, you know, just like, I saw you doing these, and like, if you use your legs like that, like, you're just cheating on your shoulders. And I was like, cool, dude, please go away before I fucking take the weights off this barbell and murder you with it, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I had to remove myself from the gym. I wasn't even done with my workout yet. I had to leave. I was like,
that's one thing I gotta start doing is working out.
Yeah,
God
I don't
damn.
know why, but like, that shit makes me hot.
Just
Like,
being
don't
horrible
fuck with my workout. Like,
at working
That
out.
is super annoying and intrusive. Like, mind your own fucking business.
Clash.
yeah.
You're probably a decently built guy if you've been doing it for that long, right?
I mean, I've been in better shape, but like, I was bigger than him. Yeah. Like,
You were bigger than him and he had the nerve to tell you? Oh, where are they? They're not punching you, are they? I'm gonna fuck this dude up with a B-2020. Okay, I'm not gonna. Okay, I am. Oh my god.
Ah, man, where the fuck? This is taking forever to install. I don't know why.
Oh, fuck this dude up with a B-2020.
Flash plan.
Oh my god. Oh my god. The whole squad's out there. I thought.
Oh, it's still not installing. It's like
I thought one of those guys
92%.
for you, bro.
So, I don't know why that's taking so long. We'll check that later. And then let's
Yeah, so
check.
you got a whole squad looting and.
Oh yeah,
covering
this
that
is
one.
badass. This guy here. Look at this shit.
That area. Oh my god.
This guy is.
Beamed you.
This
Holy
guy is
fuck.
making his own fucking Mark 1 Viper
I had an arch
in his
guard out,
fucking
you
garage.
couldn't even throw it. Hell yeah. You got 2 kills. Oh, we wiped a squad, man.
Yeah, we did. When I was
It's fucking crazy.
I was like, I'm fucking destroying these guys.
Yeah.
So like, how tall are you and how much you weigh? I'm just curious. Gotta get a.
I am 6'4".
God damn.
6'4".
Right now I'm a little bit overweight because I want to blame COVID, but really just my lack of,
Let's see.
dedication probably at this time. My lack of fucking responsibility.
Yeah.
But I'm around 240. Around 240 pounds right now.
I don't even know how to gauge like proportion with height that fucking. All right, so Retson's 6'3", 245, and you said you were 6'4",
6'4",
and
240.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's not like I'm absolutely not at my focus.
Yeah, they're at the same position.
How fast do you run? Just curious.
Slow.
Whoa.
You're an
Slow.
officer,
As
man.
slow
You
as
gotta be fast. You know, it's always
Dude,
the officers
I
are like.
I was fast when I was, a fucking killer, man.
Yeah.
When I was an infantry platoon leader, yeah. Now I'm a computer guy, man. I'm a computer guy. And
Oh yeah, that's right.
Fuck it.
I forgot. You went straight poke, didn't you?
So pogue, man. The pogus.
Yeah, come away.
But it's so good because there's like maneuver guys that work up in. I'm in half with my job. It's like as low as I can go.
What?
All right. Well, I don't know. We're just kind of fucking around, so
Oh, okay.
watching these guys. My stream is going to be boring unless I can come up with something to talk about. And since I think I'm still set up as.
But there's other captains that I work with that just struggle, dude.
Yeah, I think I'm still set up as Mordau, right?
Yeah, I think I'm still set up as Mordau.
Yep. So I'll probably just end it and kick everybody over to Genghis. Why not? It's probably a good idea. Go raid his happy ass.
Salty about it, but I'm just like, hey, man.
So we'll do that. Call it a night. We'll come up with some topics or something maybe the next couple of days. Probably the other guys will probably end up hitting me up for some tech support, so don't have any problems doing that either. So anyway, or the 4 or 5 guys that are still watching, thanks for hanging out in my non-gaming stream. So, unfortunately, and doing Mordau tech support. So anyway, we'll catch you guys later. I'll probably pop it up next couple of days or so if I'm bored. All right, catch you later. Bye.
Little rat out of there.
And DLive guys, I'm rolling out in YouTube, so we'll catch you later. Ciao.